So, good morning. It's 3:37 a.m. here, Central Time Zone, and I was up live streaming. Then I decided I'll just go to bed because it was like after 2:30 or something. So I laid down, turned off the lights, laid down on the bed, the futon. And see, there are mice that can get into my mother's basement. I'm visiting my mother. And there's these, you can see it's an unfinished basement. And she had the mice people come and try to block out the mice. But we just caught a few in some traps the other day. But so I laid down and my basic conclusion is the house got paranormal. It seemed definitely paranormal because I don't know how else to describe it. It's too far out. It's too far out. You know, I heard these noises and I thought it was mice. But at some point, I couldn't believe it was just mice. It's like the house came alive with sounds when I was laying there. Like a haunted house. And I guess there are genres of people who try to research the paranormal or what that all means. Like, did a spirit molecule go off? Like this Rick Strassman guy says there's this DMT, the spirit molecule. So this spirit molecule go off in my brain and do all that. It doesn't make sense. Again, you have these paranormal researchers who try to research actual paranormal phenomena or haunted houses. So which would it be? I don't know. Like, it's like someone was flicking. It's like I heard, like in the ductwork, like it would ting or flick, like someone was flicking it or tinging. Or could it be ghosts? Could it have been like spirits or ghosts or some spiritual activity doing that to get me back. I don't know, to get me to get back up. So I just started going nuts thinking it's mice and stuff. But like, it got preposterous because it's just way too much sound, all these sounds. Like the ductwork. Like someone was flicking, like it was just the ductwork sound, like you hear sound in the ductwork. Then the water thing went off back by the water heater and the water pump or whatever. And then the plastic bag crinkled. Like a mouse was on. Like, is this a mouse running around? And then I heard there's these cans in front of the fireplace, and the can just made the can sound. It's like, is there a mouse on the fireplace now? What's going on? So crazy. And then from the other room, it's like someone flicked. There's like a glass jar, and there's like sound like someone, like it went ding. Like someone flicked it. And all little sounds from all over the house all of a sudden. So I couldn't stand anymore, and I turned the light on, and I got back up. It's just like, so I'm just thinking, is there mice everywhere or something running around? Or did I leave the door open? Did an animal get in? It was just too much. But I didn't have audio. See, if I had audio recording, this is the paranormal researcher tactic, right? If I had audio recording equipment going on, I could have tested with the audio recording equipment if those sounds were caught on audio. As soon as I get up and turn the light on, it's all gone. That's why I didn't see any mice. It doesn't make sense. It's like haunted, paranormal. Then you got the spirit molecule guy, this Rick Strassman, who has this DMT, the spirit. But what is it? I just lay down, turn off the lights, go to bed, and the spirit molecule activates in my brain. I don't know. But then maybe people believe in like spiritual or ghosts. Like there's just some spiritual reason that all started. There's another click in the house. Like the wood clicked or the house clicked. I don't know if that came up. I don't know if you could hear that on the recording here. It wasn't that loud. I don't know. Now I can't. I just can't sleep. So that's the end of that story. I've experienced that before in the past, like a haunted house thing. It's not like it always occurs, or it's like constant. See, I got up and it's all gone. So what's that mean? Why would it all be gone if I just simply get up and turn the light on? But are these like sometimes they'll have videos of ghosts caught on camera? Are they real? Are they spoofed? I think in the New Testament, Jesus, I think there's some text in there, comment in there, where Jesus basically acknowledges or is neutral about ghosts. But I have to find it and find the reference. I don't know what the chapter, and verse is off the top of my head. But I thought I was reading it through one time, and I'm like, wow, Jesus is neutral or affirms the idea of ghosts. So if you're a Christian, are you supposed to believe in ghosts? Or if you read the Bible, are you supposed to believe in ghosts? Or if you read Shakespeare, are you supposed to believe in ghosts? That's the question. Then comes to mind, I was chatting with a Saudi Arabian girl once and tried to bring up the Holy Ghost to her. And she just said, she doesn't believe in ghosts. She was talking about, she thought I was talking about ghosts or something. But then she told me, we chatted again, and she told me she had a dream, and she had a dream of her grandmother visit her in her dream. I guess like a ghost or something. So no one's probably going to enter this chat. 3:48 a.m. Central Times. It'd be cool if someone would enter and tell me if they had real experiences with haunted houses or ghosts or the paranormal. Is it all in their head, or does the paranormal exist? Again, I thought I was reading the New Testament one time. I thought Jesus was neutral or acknowledged ghosts, but I have to read that. But the whole idea of the dead, I mean, the Old Testament is against necromancy and communicating with the dead. In the Old Testament, they're the house cleansing. So in the Old Testament, they're against communicating with the dead and against necromancy or something. They're supposed to be put to death. It's like all this death stuff. Old Testament, these rules for death, all this stuff. But you'd have to look it up. If you're a Bible student or a Bible researcher, you could look all that up. Read through it. The Bible's this thick, right? It's thick. But the point is, so the Old Testament is taking the dead or ghosts or necromancy, like communicating with the dead. The Old Testament is taking that as real to say that, right? Isn't that the idea? This other person in a chat the other day brought up realism. You got to be a realist, he says. But what's real when you get into the paranormal? What's real when you get into, I don't know. I guess it's the inner subjective world, the world of spirits or ghosts. So I'm thinking about the Bible. I have this Old Testament. Maybe I should save this for another video and label it, but I'll just segue here. So you have the Old Testament and the New Testament. And in the Old Testament, they're against certain, they have these label, like, I don't know, witches and necromancy, and it's in there, like these labels of certain things, and it doesn't describe what it means that they are. It doesn't describe, to the best of my knowledge, it doesn't describe, like there's this witch at Endor, right? People probably, but they don't describe what it means in the Bible. They don't describe scientifically or like descriptively in a detail what it would mean to enact those things, or what it even involves. It just labels it and judges it or something. Like you're not, like what it says something about, you're not supposed to have intercourse with the dead, like communicate with the dead or whatever they're trying to say there. But then I juxtapose that with the New Testament. It says you pray for those who have died, and people die yet they live. So what's the difference? here in the Old Testament, you have this prohibition of intercourse with the dead. And it's as if, then how do you, well, what then is the difference between that and praying for the dead? Or that the dead are alive? Couldn't they interact? Is it sacrilege to say is it sacrilege to say biblically that if the dead can be alive, can't they interact with you? They're alive. If you're alive and they're alive, they're dead, but they're still alive. Couldn't they interact with you? Can Jesus is resurrected, the first fruits resurrected from the dead. Couldn't he interact with you if he wanted to? He's dead, but he's alive. And it says about Christians that they can, or it says about believers or Christians that can die. People, I don't know how you'd want to think about that in your mind. People can die if they live. So what's this difference between this Old Testament labeling of certain things compared to the New Testament there seems to be overlap there of some kind, but where's the positive? Where's the negative? What's the difference? I mean, if you believe in this necromancy, people are in hell or in the underworld, Hades. Like there's this Catholic video on YouTube that says, before Christ, everyone went to the underworld, like Hades, like in Descendants 1, 2, and 3. Right? Disney's Descendants isn't that involving the underworld? No, but really, the text. I mean, it's just got this biblical text. Then we've got pop culture, media. Some people really try to create belief about life and death and ghosts, the underworld or the heavens above. Some do, some don't. But what comes into your experience of life? What do you experience? What can you believe from your experience? So those Catholic videos like saying before Christ came, everyone de facto went into the underworld or Hades or Sheol. They have, you could research these biblical terms from the Old Testament, Hebrew terms, or whatever kind of terms they are. And they say there's like they have this idea that there's the top of Hades. It's just kind of dim. It's not so bad. And it says in the New Testament, it says when Christ died, he went down there and ministered. There's comments, texts that says he ministered to people down there. Of course, as soon as sciences come up, does it correlate with the sciences or what? To the material sciences, does that make any sense? Again, to materialism or material sciences, it just becomes a just bad impression or hogwash or something. But then you got this guy, Rudolf Steiner, he has some lectures about, he takes the interior of the earth occultically. But and then if you think of natural sciences, does that make any sense? Or does it correlate? Of course, no one's drilled down into the earth really, really super far. Right? They've have the trench in the ocean. Not to sound like hogwash, but they have the trench in the ocean, and maybe they've dug some really deep tunnels or trenches. But they've only gone so far down into the crust. So you could ask yourself, what does the interior of the earth really involve? I don't know. I'm getting kind of a hogwashy bad impression. Like, try to mix religion with material sciences. Does it work? Does it correlate? Does it make any sense? Yeah, they say they catch ghosts on camera, though, right? Is it real? Is it a spoof? I'd have to see a ghost and try to record it with a camera and see if I can catch it on camera. Then I would know personally what I saw. I guess I say personal, subjective empiricism. I would know personally what I saw. And I would know that I recorded it, and I would know what appeared on the camera. So to me personally, I would know whether it was a spoof or not when I'm in the memory of what I did. It's personally, subjectively, empirically with the recording of of the ghost. But if you just look at a ghost video, and it's the same with UFO videos, where's the dividing line between believing in the video there was actually something captured on video and a spoof? And they've got some far out alien little videos. I don't know if they're for humor or what. I don't know what to think of those. They say half of people think you're nuts if you even mention aliens. Or half of people don't believe in aliens, but half do. I think I read a stat it said it was 50-50. So some people are really into that, and then some people just think it's nuts or don't believe it at all. Every other person you talk to could be one or the other. 50-50. Oh, I should eat something, but nothing to eat. My mother made this rule when I visit her. She says, don't come upstairs, turn on any lights between midnight and 6 a.m. She is so convinced that if you turn on a light upstairs, she's going to wake up. She so believes in her sleep. She so believes in good sleep. I mean, it's almost preposterous, but it's not like I'm making a bunch of noise and trying to wake her up. So she created this rule. Don't come upstairs or turn on a light between midnight and 6 a.m. And it's 4:03 a.m. Kind of want some. I could kind of go for some more pizza, but I don't have an oven down here, and I don't have a pizza upstairs anyway. And my goal for tomorrow should be to go to the store and buy pizza to cook for food for breakfast for any time during the day. I should have better goals. I should have better goals in life. Oh, no one's shown up to chat about haunted houses. Or the paranormal. Giving myself a head massage. It's late. It's 4 a.m. I guess it's early now. I laid down and got back up. I'm up again. I could really go for a pizza. It sucks when you feel like a pizza or something. You don't have one. Some pizzas are really cheap. We're just talking about that. They're like, you get them for, I don't know, buck. Those cheap ones are pretty cheap. I wish I had a little pizza oven down here. One of those pizzas. So I have this apartment like 40 minutes away, but I don't really like being there. I just feel tortured there. Just have a pretty lame experience in the apartment. No one lives there with me. It's boring. But I was just reading about that Twilight guy, watching a YouTube video, and apparently he lives. He said he lives with his parents. He has $40 million. He lives with his parents. Guess some people just do that. don't know if it's accurate. There's some music celebrity who had a hit song or album from Norway or somewhere. She lived with her parents too. Actually, and I read that, was it 50% of people under 30 live with their parents? So I wonder if a lot more people hang out or live with their parents than the American idea would lead you to believe, or the modern idea. You know, it's like a joke. It's probably like a sitcom joke if you live with your parents or something. You know, like you're a loser or something. But so many people do. I wonder if that's a little different mentality about that around the globe as well, around the whole world. I could say maybe it's just socioeconomics. You get a job, you get money, you just create your own little reality. Then there's that Twilight guy. They say he's living with his parents. He has enough cash to create his own reality. So I don't know. Hey Zaidu Khan, how's it going? You missed. I was trying to chat about haunted houses. So I guess you missed that. But where are you from? Oh, they retracted their messages. Feel free to introduce yourself if you want. You could just chat about any topic you would want. Message retracted. Why would you retract your messages? So apparently they started chatting. Whoever this person is, Zaidu Khan. They started chatting, but then they retracted their messages and left the room. Which is glorious. Glorious. But I went all over the place on all kinds of topics besides haunted houses and stuff. It's late. I guess I don't have that much to say about haunted houses. Other than I went over what I was experiencing earlier. Also, a Halloween themed haunted house. Someone had a near death experience in NDE where it's horrible, but they were pretending to hang themselves and jump down with a belt or a rope or belt around their head, with tied to their waist or something. But somehow it got screwed up, and she actually hung herself and died. Then she had this NDE, and it's in one of these NDE counts. I forget the content of her actual near death experience. Was this the one where she saw her life review in like orbs or bubbles? I think that's been in a few. She like saw a dome in it. She saw pieces of her life reviews in these domes. So here's something that doesn't make sense. This Rudolf Steiner guy says, or some of these spiritual traditions or esoteric research or spiritual research, whatever. They say he says, or he says that the life review happens. I don't know if he said it. I think if I remember this correctly, like I don't know if he said at triple speed or at a third speed, like three times as fast or a third. I don't know what it was. But then you got these near-death experiences where they see an orb or a bubble or some type of thing where they're looking into it and they can see their life review or pieces of their life review. I'm just questioning something about that, like how that all adds up. Then you got to wonder if your life contained nothing, why would you want a life review? Like if you're locked into the Tower of London your whole life, from the Middle Ages, or even in present. Maybe it's happening to people in the present day. I mean, or whatever in human history or whatever. But if you're there your whole life, what would your life review contain? Just sitting in a room or something. Your thoughts. Would it review your thoughts from your time in captivity or in a room or something? It's kind of a question I have about this life review thing. Or maybe it's optional, not like you look at all these near death experiences, NDEs, and not everyone has this life review thing. Maybe there's a good statistical breakdown of it in some video or website. How many people experience the life review aspect of this NDE? I don't know if it's set. I don't know if it's a set, like a scientific, set spiritual principle that you just go experience this life review automatically. Everyone does, or kind of gets. I think I kind of got that impression from listening to one of these Rudolph Steiner lectures. He approaches the topic, I guess. But in the NDE accounts, it seems to be a varied presentation of varied reality. I don't know. I'd have to look into it more if I were to want to compare that or research that. I guess this guy in California, or Los Angeles area, whatever, got like $5 million to research these NDEs. $5 million grant or something. I don't know what he's going to put together. My nephew upstairs just cried out, screamed. I kind of screamed. 4:23 a.m. I heard the door open up there. I guess he's up early. Well, maybe I will sign off on this paranormal haunted house labeled live stream.